foreign France, Sierra Leone marks 20 years since end of civil war. We have details of these and more coming up shortly. Do stay. Many thanks for joining me. The news is proudly sponsored by Heritage Christian College. Now, let's settle for the details of the stories. And the police service has revealed that 7 people have been arrested after 2 gangs from Nima and Mamobi clash on Tuesday. According to the police, 2 people sustained gunshot wounds and currently are on admission responding to treatment.
Nima, a suburb of Accra, witnessed gangsterism and mass violence around 3:30 p.m. and the police quickly and immediately intervened by disengaging that violence. The violence was the violence spread across some sections of Nima, and the intervention force have to manage the situation carefully. They managed to stabilize the situation. 7 people have been arrested. 5 are presently here with us, and the other 2 are on admission under police guard. That suggests they are under arrest. Again, we are pursuing the criminals in and around Nima and its environs to make sure that we get them arrested to enable them to face justice. And the gangsterism that I spoke about is led by one Kumoji, alias Ibrahim Hussein, and Bombo, alias Ali Audu. They are rivalry groups that never agreed on issues, and today they went all out on the open street of Nima. We would like the media to know that the police has taken charge of the situation, and we have nipped that violence in the bud. We are in control, and we would like to let the good people of Nima know that the police will be there at all times to protect life and property, and that will not give room for such criminals to disturb the peace and security of Nima. As I said, those arrested will be subjected to thorough investigations, and those found culpable will be prosecuted according to the laws of the land. The police administration also would like to make it clear that it will not sit down unconcerned for such hoodlums, criminals, to take our streets and deploy violence. Again, we also like to say that we've retrieved some important items, clues and evidence on the street, notably some spent ammunitions, some ammunitions, and adapted implement to cause harm and injury.
Now let's move to the courts, where the 2 Kaswa boys who have been charged for the murder of a 10-year-old Ishmael Mensa Abdullah have made their first appearance at the High Court to begin trial. The 2 were on August 16 last year committed by the Kaneshie District Court to stand murder trial. In court on Wednesday, January 19, 2022, the 2 accused persons were present without lawyers. Dorcas Seli A state attorney told the Criminal Division of the Accra High Court, presided over by Justice Lydia Osei-Mafo, that the accused were represented by counsel during the committal stage and so no action could be taken without lawyers. The case has been adjourned to February 2, 2022. In August 16 last year, during the committal stage, the first accused person, a minor name withheld, made a startling revelation that apart from killing 10-year-old Ishmael Mensah Abdullah, they also killed a pregnant woman in the past. Though he did not give the exact date to the court, the 15-year-old said this was not the first time they had killed. On the day they were committed to stand trial for murder at the High Court, the 15-year-old said he killed with Nicholas Kwame Kani, 18, second accused. He told the Kaneshie District Court, presided over by Her Worship Rosemond Dodua Ajui, that the ghost of the 10-year-old Ishmael has been tormenting him to speak the truth, else he would be killed. The Kaneshie District Court committed the two teen boys alleged to have murdered a 10-year-old boy for ritual at Kaswa to stand murder trial at the High Court. This was after the prosecution led by Nana Adoma Osei filed a new bill of indictment to the court on Monday. A juvenile offender 15 and Nicholas Kweku Kani 18 have been officially charged for the murder of a 10-year-old Ishmael Mensah Abdullah on April 2, 2021. As part of the material list of evidence or exhibits attached to a BI are a club and a pickaxe, a shovel, a spade, pieces of cement blocks, samples of soil with the blood of where the incident happened, and pictures of all the exhibits. Also in the BI were investigation caution statements obtained from the accused person's post-mortem examination report, picture of the deceased, among others. Still in court, the commencement of the trial of General Overseer of the Glorious Word Power Ministry, Reverend Isaac Owusu-Bempah, on the charges including causing harm to police officers, has been deferred to February 2, 2022. Reverend Owusu-Bempah, together with Michael Boateng, Frederick Ohene, and Nathaniel Ejukum, have pleaded not guilty to 2 charges each of abatement to cause harm and unlawful damage and were to begin trial today. But in court on Wednesday, Reverend Owusu-Bempah informed the court that his lawyer, Gary Nimako, is unwell and has written to the court for an adjournment to February 2, 2022, though the prosecution, led by Chief Inspector Dennis Tekpete, was ready with its first witness in the person of Okanja Welbeck Dauda, a police officer. The case was adjourned. The court, presided over by Her Honor Mrs. Rosemond Bantosu, adjourned the case to February 2. At the last court sitting in November 29 last year, the prosecution successfully filed and served on all the accused persons with all necessary disclosures and witness statements it intends to rely on. Chief Inspector Dennis Tekpete told the court that they are ready to call their first witness in the person of Okanja Welbeck Dauda, a police officer. Lawyer Nanabein Akon, who held brief for lawyer Gary Nimaku for the accused persons, told the court that they have been served with all necessary documents for now. The circuit court, presided over by Her Honor Mrs. Bantosu, fixed today, January 19, 2022, for the commencement of the trial. Reverend Owusu-Bempah, together with Michael Boateng, Frederick Ohene, and Nathaniel Ejukum, all pleaded not guilty to 2 charges each of abatement to cause harm and unlawful damage. They were granted 100,000 Ghana cedis bail each with a surety to justify. And that'll be all for local stories. Up next is business news. Still watching True TV's afternoon bulletin. Time now to do business. Now, the Bank of Ghana has announced that in accordance with its objective to ensuring safety financial system, the National Identification Card, also known as Ghana Card, will be the only identification card for all financial transactions from July 1, 2022. According to the Bank of Ghana, the public is to note that no other form of identification will be accepted for financial transactions after the effective date. In furtherance of its objective of ensuring the safety of the financial system, Bank of Ghana, pursuant to Regulation 7 of the National Identity Register 2012 LI 2111, hereby directs that with effect from July 1st, 2022, the Ghana card shall be the only identification card that will be to undertake transactions at all Bank of Ghana licensed and regulated financial institutions, the Secretary to Bank of Ghana, Sandra Thompson, disclosed. These financial institutions include banks, specialized deposit-taking institutions, non-deposit-taking financial institutions, payment service providers, and dedicated electronic money issuers and forex bureaus and credit reference bureaus. The Bank of Ghana also indicated that in line with the notice Section 30 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2020, Act 1044, and Regulation 12 of the Anti-Money Laundering Regulations 2011, LI 1987, all financial institutions shall take steps to update customer records with the Ghana card. According to her, this is to ensure that all financial transactions performed within the ecosystem are linked to one identity and information and unique codes for the transactions shared with the Bank of Ghana to facilitate the identification of initiators or beneficiaries for track and trace purposes. This shall also include, but not limited to, transactions by banks, non-bank financial institutions, and mobile money operators. That will do for business. International news is next. In international news this afternoon, Tuesday, 18th of January, marked 20 years since the end of the brutal conflict in Sierra Leone. The civil war left tens of thousands of people dead. The use of child soldiers were also widespread in the country. Many still carry the scars left by the conflict. Ibrahim Suri Jabati is a former child soldier. Today, he works as a taxi driver. Despite the painful memories, Ibrahim was determined to build a better life for him and his family. Another former child soldier, Ishmael Charles, was enrolled when he was only 9 years old. Today, at 38 years old, the past is still present in his life. 20 years after the conflict, Sierra Leone is still trying to recover from the civil war and is one of the poorest countries in the world. And that will be all for True TV's afternoon bulletin. The news was proudly sponsored by Heritage Christian College. Do join the news team again at 8. We'll bring you our major news bulletin. Until then, keep enjoying the rest of our programs. Good afternoon.